Yo, what is happening, guys, and welcome back to the Let's Talk Fighting channel. Yes, I'm in a different place. This is the new apartment that my mum are moving into. The reason the content's been slow, haven't actually moved in yet, so I'm just going to pump out the content on the week of the fucking fight. Just pump it out, let's get it all done. I'll probably do like podcasts with Shay or something closer to the time as well, doing all the predictions into a podcast type thing instead this time, but we'll see. But in this video, I wanted to kind of cover everything. So in this video, we're going to be talking about the undercard. Now, there's many fights in the undercard. There's Chase Moore versus Temple Words. There's the rematch of Ryan Taylor versus Swarms 2. There is Wenderson Nunes versus my mate Nate. Obviously, Wenderson Nunes, my mate Nate, coming from Kingpin, both lost to King Kenny. There is a little bit of a storyline there. Wenderson Nunes obviously was supposed to fight Jarvis, but Kingpin flopped, so he's not fighting him anymore. Jarvis also wants to come over to Misfits, the box a little bit more, so maybe down the line we can get Wenderson Nunes Jarvis if Wenderson Nunes wins. But what is on the line for all these fighters? Ryan Taylor versus Swarms 2, the rematch. Swarms has fought more times than Ryan Taylor. I believe he has 4 wins. So Swarms is relying on the fact that last time they fought, he beat Ryan Taylor and became one punch man. He beat him in one punch. He broke his eye socket. He moved on. He's had a couple fights since then. And he's relying on that. Ryan Taylor, much bigger guy, coming in, wanting with a vengeance, wanting to knock Swarms out. Swarms made it very personal when he brought in Ryan Taylor's kid or something like that. So now it's very personal. If you watch the face-to-face, you watch the interactions, the interviews, Ryan Taylor wants to hurt this man, and Swarms is coming in to do the job like he did last time. But the question is, can Swarms get the same job done in the same way? I doubt it. So we've seen improvement in Swarms. Is he going to be able to use his jab, outbox Ryan Taylor, and completely stick and move and completely box into it? Is he going to be able to knock out Ryan Taylor? Because when looking at this fight, you look at it and I say Swarms is the better boxer. He's learned how to use a jab. We saw the improvements in the Survivor tag with Nick Lamau and the others. And, we saw the improvements there. So he's the better boxer. He is the better jab, the better movement, more training, more fights. Ryan Taylor is more of the brawler, as we saw against Slim, as we kind of saw against Anthony Taylor. We didn't really get to see much of him and Swarm's last one, obviously, because we know how it all ended. But Ryan Taylor is the brawler. Ryan Taylor's going to come in. He's the bigger guy. He's got the harder punches. He's going to come in and try and hurt him. But can Swarms pull it off again? Because my concern is Ryan Taylor took shots from Slim and he went down, but he got up instantly. He took big shots from Slim. He gave Slim big shots and he kept coming forward. No matter what you hit this man with, he keeps coming forward. He keeps pushing you and he doesn't stop. Can Swarms somehow get a points decision win, or can he stop Ryan Taylor? Because I believe if Swarms slips up and doesn't box him, doesn't jab, doesn't stick and move, I believe that it might be an early night for Swarms. I think Ryan Taylor needs to go in there and brawl. Just do what he does. Be a brawler. Maybe not headbutt anybody. I think Swarms needs to go in there. He needs to box him. That's one of the undercards. That's a story. If Swarms beats Ryan Taylor, where does he go next? What fights is on the table? He wants that Deji rematch. If Ryan Taylor beats Swarms, where does that leave both of them? Where does Swarms go from their end on another loss? Where does Ryan Taylor go from there? Does Ryan Taylor want the Slim rematch? Anything like that? That's the question between them two. We move on to Wenderson Nunes, my mate Nate. Wenderson Nunes obviously had a big hype train in Brazil behind him. Then he lost to King Kenny on Kingpin. My mate Nate, obviously, we were all saying about how great of a boxer he is, and he does have skill, but when he came up against Kenny, he came up short, and Kenny finished him. Now you have these two fighting, and it comes down to Wenderson Nunes is going to be the favourite. For the case of Brazil is going to be 100% behind Wenderson Nunes yet again. That's what I love. They're all going to be there. That I wouldn't be shocked if that stadium is packed out with Brazilian fans just for Wenderson Nunes. My mate Nate, obviously, I think he fights out of the Philippines. He does Muay Thai and all that. If he comes in and beats Wenderson Nunes convincingly, where does my mate Nate go? What opponents can he match up against in the Misfits boxing scene? If Wenderson Nunes beats my mate Nate, what opponents can he match up against? Like I said, if Wenderson Nunes wins, do we bring Jarvis over to Misfits and finally get that fight between Jarvis and Wenderson? If my mate Nate wins, do we get Jarvis versus my mate Nate? What happens there? Who do they fight? Because I can't really think of a storyline. I know KSI wanted to fight Wenderson Nunes at one point because of the two big crowds. I just don't think it's a close fight at all. There's no point doing it. Like I say, Wenderson Nunes, if he wins, my mate Nate, I think maybe the best opponent for the winner is Jarvis. We all want to see Jarvis on Misfits, I believe. I think if the winner fights Jarvis, that would actually be a good fight, because you both lost to Kenny when there's Nunes is supposed to fight Jarvis, which means we get that fight anyway. If not, if my mate Nate wins, we get the Jarvis fight. I think those are two good matchups, but I can't really see either of these guys becoming one of the top people on Misfits personally, unless you bring Jarvis over and they beat Jarvis. I think if you bring Jarvis in and they beat Jarvis, because although Gib beat Jarvis, you know, it's Gib, where if they beat Jarvis, I think that propels them higher on the Misfit scale. If Jarvis comes over and beats them, Jarvis propels higher on the Misfit scale. Like Mam Steeler said, he doesn't want to bring Jarvis in against King Kenny because the chances are he's going to lose. We don't want him to lose. We want to build up those fights, and then maybe Jarvis can get that Saul Poppy fight. Maybe he can get that fucking King Kenny fight. Maybe he can get all that. But he'd have to come in and win a couple fights, and I think maybe that's the best case scenario. Winner fights FaZe Jarvis, and then we go from there and we see what's happening. Whoever's got Chase Moore versus Temple Warts. I don't know why the hell this title fight, I'm going to be honest. I like Temple Warts. Chase Moore, though, man was supposed to be banned, then got unbanned, and now he's fighting for a title, but I don't think he's ever won a fight. Aside the Stevie Knight one. I think the Stevie Knight one's the only fight that he's ever won, and I'm pretty sure it became a disqualification because he fucking hammered him on the ground. So, I don't know, Chase Moore, Temple Warts fighting for the heavyweight title or something like that. I don't really know about that one, but either way, I feel like that opens opportunity. If Chase Moore beats him, maybe we can get that Chase Moore Hasim Rockman Jr. fight. Maybe, I don't know, Alan Belcher and can have the rematch with him. I don't know. If Temple Warts wins, that kind of propels him. I'd like to see Temple Warts win. I'm not going to lie. I think he's a good guy. I think he's very humble, and I'd like to see him face off in more Misfits fights. Not going to lie. So I think that's a good one. Obviously, there is other undercard ones. Astra Wet, Alexia Grace. But I just think with the Astra Wet fight, I think she'll probably win. AJ Bunker and her will fight because they both have the titles, kind of. AJ Bunker has the new and improved one, so they'll probably fight then. That'll be the match, and then the winner fights Elbrook, most likely. But yeah, no, that's the undercard. Like I said, I wanted to do videos based on different fights, but I thought I'd cover the undercard all in one. Like I said, sorry it took so long, but it's been a very busy, hard move. But hey, that's the undercard of it. Like I said, I'm going to do a podcast with Shay or something to do my predictions, but I'm just going to spam this content out for you now on the week of the fight. Hopefully you enjoy. Hopefully you are going to enjoy the hype, the build-up and all that, because I know I am. But without further ado, that was the undercard. Like I said, there's going to be more videos coming. I'm going to be talking about the likes of KSI Tommy Fury, its own video, Logan Paul, Dylan Dennis, its own video, Slim Soul Pop, its own video, King Kenny for Anthony Taylor, its own video. All of that will be in its own videos, and they will be coming soon, so keep an eye out for that. But as always, hope you all enjoyed the video. Hope you all are thinking positive, test negative, have an amazing day. Hope you all are staying safe. If you all fuck with a vibe, like, comment, and subscribe as always. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one. So, peace. Fearless.